Mark Breland finally responds to Deontay Wilder's accusation. The man from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Oh my gosh. And we so frustrated. Before I get into Mark Breland and his words, I'm going to put you back to the point where Wilder kicked this off with the video he dropped where he had a lot of interesting things to say. And this is what spawned Mark Breland's response. He's been accused of some heinous things. And y'all must have forgot. Listen to Wilder, what he had to say, and then we'll talk about Breland and the whole situation. Smash the like button. Stay tuned.
The Bible tells us that silence is golden. But my ears can still hear and my eyes can still see. The Bible also tells us to be swift to hear and slow to speak. You see, what you don't understand, thief, what you did is what my people deal with all the time. Someone cheating them from providing their greatness into the world. But it's a burden that we cut off only to make us stronger. I saw in the first fight where Ricky Hatton was pulling down your gloves to put your fist in the improper position. Y'all tried the same method the second time, but this time you scratched flesh out of my ears, which caused my ears to bleed. It's impossible for a brand new 10-ounce glove to bend, to keep a smushed in form, or to have loose space. I highly believe you put something hard in your glove. Something the size and the shape of an egg weight. Here's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in an egg weight form. And it left a dent in my face as well. But in the midst of it all, you still couldn't keep this king down. You would have had to kill me. In the end, it took a crab in a bucket referee and a disloyal trainer to throw the towel in just to stop me. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, 30, 31st says, excuses may be found from a thief who steals because he is starving. But if he is caught, he will have to pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he had to sell everything in his house. And payback is coming.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We definitely working. Cash App is $Boxing Ego. Another great way to support the channel. Click the link. It can be found in the description box of all of my videos for ESPN Plus. You can get ESPN Plus. They have a ton of original content, docuseries, documentaries, archive footage of boxing fights and UFC fights alike, and more. All that, get ESPN Plus as a standalone app. It's $5.99 a month. If you want the bundle, you need more content, you can get ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all 3 apps, one low price of $12.99. Let's get it. Now, Mark Breland responded, smash the like button, to Deontay Wilder's accusations. As you guys see on the screen, Deontay Wilder, he had hemorrhaging from the ear. His ear was bleeding. Coincidentally, Tyson Fury is involved in a glove gate where it looked like Tyson Fury's right glove, which would have hit that exact ear that you see them putting the cotton swab on. That would have been the point of contact for that particular glove. Tyson Fury hasn't really said too much in his team in terms of, hey, no, I didn't do it. They're more so making fun of Wilder, saying, you guys believe this guy, and he's making a ton of excuses, but they haven't really spoken to it. You see Wilder has immense swelling. It looks like a golf ball by his cheek. And this was in his last fight with Tyson Fury in February, right before the pandemic kicked off, as you guys see in these pictures. In that video, I wanted you guys to remember what Mark Breland said. And in that video, Wilder accused former trainer Mark Breland of some pretty heinous things. He called him disloyal, and he's done other interviews where he believes his water was spiked and other things. So let's get into Mark Breland, what he had to say. Full disclosure before I start, make sure you guys smash the like button. And this is a non-verified page, meaning it does not have the blue check mark or the tick from Instagram. So this is the page I've always known to be for Mark Breland. Others are also reporting on this, the first time speaking and breaking silence from Mark Breland. I don't know if it's Breland himself, a PR person, but that's just what you deal with when you're dealing with social media. They're saying this is his page, and he posted, I guess, Teddy Atlas talking about on his show that it's, egregious that Wilder's making all these excuses. This is the Mark Breland response, as we know. Said like only he can. Anyone who really knows me knows I wouldn't go back and forth with anybody unless it's in the ring. I've been boxing since I was 8 years old, so I didn't give a big portion of my life to the sport. I dedicated my entire life to this sport. But I've never seen the things I'm seeing now in all of these years. I'm only on social media because of my girl. We went somewhere and there was a picture of me and we were very surprised, and she said, quote, "This is one of the reasons you need social media in this day and time." She said there are people, right, who have deep admiration for you, and social media is a way to give them some access to you. She asks me all the time, and I am tired of it. Do I want to go back to life without it? I always say no, because the amount of support, love, and gratitude I get lets me know all the hard work I put into my career was worth it. I looked at it and read thousands of videos, texts, and comments, and I would put up 1,000 of them if I could, because so many of them was 100, but I can't. But I do have a file for all of them that moved me. I thank you all for the kind words, or for your words. I chose this one because it hit most of the marks I said like only he could. Thanks to Teddy Atlas. Let me add this last. The Twitter pic that's out there is not from me. It's not how I speak. And there's nothing funny about this show that's going on. Stay tuned, stay well, and I'm still standing. That's from Mark Breland. That's what is being reported. I'm not going to play the clip. You guys go seek it out if you want to hear it. But he's basically just thanking people for supporting him. Listen, I'm just going to keep it real like I always do, new media on my channel. When you're quoting Teddy Atlas, especially recently, Teddy Atlas, he's a boxing historian, but he's been off the mark a lot lately. Let's just be real. He's been off the mark. So anytime you see certain people and they start quoting, I guess you could say, weird sources, like, if we're being real, Teddy Atlas also doesn't work for ESPN anymore. So he lost his job along with other people who lost their job. Told you that old media stuff is coming to an end. Beyond that, Teddy Atlas said that Lomachenko, he told Andre Ward, and he also told Terrence Crawford to their face. After Crawford beat Ndongo, I was at the fight, standing feet away from all of them, and he told Crawford and Andre Ward, when Andre Ward was an active fighter and he had beaten Kovalev the first time, he said that Lomachenko was a better fighter. Lomachenko at the time was like 8-1. He was like an 8-1 record with the loss to Orlando Salido. And he had the audacity, Teddy Atlas, to tell Andre Ward, who left the game undefeated, perfect record intact, Terrence Crawford, who's still undefeated, and he's beating mandatories and, the guys that he can, that Top Rank's feeding him. He's about to fight Kell Brook. He told both of them that Lomachenko is better than you. So I would be sparing on what I use from Teddy Atlas. He also said that he had Lomachenko beating Teofimo Lopez recently, if we're looking for more recent news from Teddy Atlas. So the fact that Mark Breland picked Teddy Atlas out of all people who speak boxing to try to, say he was saying the right points, it's a bit weird to me. And you know what time it is. But he didn't really deny anything. Like himself, he's just letting someone else speak for him. Why don't you do a video? Why don't you do an interview? Why don't you do an interview and talk about what Wilder's saying, as opposed to a message where we can't see your face and things like that. So this type of response was a little bit weird from Mark Breland. he didn't really, like, all the people like that are talking about this aren't really telling you that they didn't have any involvement. They're like Frank Warren and Tyson Fury and all the people, they're not really, if you listen to what they've said, they're saying, oh, Wilder's crazy and, you know, he's lost the plot and Wilder's not making sense. He's really making himself look bad. But I've yet to hear Tyson Fury say, hey, I'll take a lie detector test. I absolutely did not do that. I would never cheat. You know, the Christian Hammer glove fiasco, Glovegate 1 and 2, that wasn't me. We have never heard him say that. But if someone was accusing me of such heinous deeds, I have a way with words. I speak eloquent, and I would let it be known that I wouldn't play no Teddy Atlas clip. I wouldn't say, oh, Wilder, you know, first it was the suit, then it was the chicken legs, then it was this. I would just tell you that wasn't me, Shaggy voice. But to each his own. People could do whatever they want. I'm telling you how I would go about it, and it wouldn't be the way Mark Breland, Frank Warren, and Team Fury, Tyson Fury, have went about it. Wilder accused you of said deed, and you talking about thanks for the support and all this stuff, and you letting another person speak on your behalf. I don't care what Teddy Atlas and whoever that co-host is talking about, and just because they agree with you, what are your thoughts? You get on camera, do an exclusive interview with somebody. And even if he does an exclusive interview, Mark Breland, look who he'll interview with. He won't be me. I'll do an interview with him. Anybody who has Mark Breland and has his number, tell him I want to do an interview with him. I'll ask fair questions and, you know, we'll do it. And preferably, you know, he can show his face if he wants, and let's do it. But I don't really prefer responses like this because it's not really direct. He's saying, oh, this whole long thing about my daughter told me to get on social media, and you wrote all this, but you still haven't said, hey, guess what? That wasn't me. I didn't do it. I would never do Wilder like that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really know what it does for his claim, and I don't know what happened, you know. Wilder has his own speculation, but you know what? We'll do this. I'll play you some of it.
Before the fight with an Instagram post claiming that, he made about 20 different excuses, but some of the ones that stuck with me were Wilder possibly had an egg weight, which for those who don't know is.
So just so we're in the clear, this is Teddy Atlas's podcast.
Product that you hold in your hand is literally shaped like an egg. It's heavy, and it's, you know, for shadow boxing, running, whatever. That he had an egg weight in his glove, that his hand wasn't fully in the glove, and just so we can put this glove crap to rest, like, Teddy, can you explain how hard it would be to put something in a glove with all the commissioner?
Bro, so it's the same old media arguments. You know how hard it would be with all the commissioners, yada, yada, yada. But the question is, how many commissions have stopped this before, right? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Everybody, and the thing is, whoever Teddy Atlas is I think he covers UFC. You're not even a regular boxing person, so we don't even know what you're talking about. Beyond that, let's unpack it. Let's kick the actual ballistics. How many people have been caught directly from the commissions? How many people from the commission? Because I distinctly remember in recent memory, in the last, you know, in my lifetime, since I've been covering boxing, actually, right? Floyd Mayweather, he went to the opposing team's side and went to see Marcos Maidana, his custom gloves with the Argentina flag. And Floyd, who's been boxing his whole life, he comes from that lineage. His whole family boxes, basically. His uncles, his dad, they all box. They're from a Midwest, you know, a boxing region of the world. And guess what? Floyd Mayweather put his hands in gloves. He said, the gloves ain't got no patent. Oh, hell no. He ain't wearing them. I box thousands of times. And these gloves ain't got no patent. And the commission was right there next to Floyd Mayweather, just looking at him. And they're like, oh, look, he's staring at the glove. Half of the people with the commission that are standing there, they don't even look like they're in shape. Floyd Mayweather's in shape year round. and he boxed. He's the one that went and represented America for the Olympics. So you mean to tell me some out of shape commission dude didn't catch this, but the guy who went to the Olympics and boxed his whole life since he was, came out the womb, caught it? Wow. You mean to tell me the late great brother Nassim Richardson of Philly legend, caught Antonio Margarito when he was representing his fighter at the time, Sugar Shane Mosley, and he's the one that caught Margarito's cheating glove, and nobody from the commission caught? That was in Cali, but it's still a commission. Nobody from the Margarito Cotto fight caught Margarito, and Cotto's face. Look at Cotto's face. His face was a bloody massacre, a bloody mess, bro. And most people believe this is, look at this man's face. Why didn't the commission catch that? So that's one of the weaker arguments. You got this Puerto Rican legendary fighter and his face is looking like that. And we all know that everyone believes the Margarito cheated in this fight too. His whole face is swole up. They let this happen. He even has punch marks on his chest, on his clavicle and all that. Right? How did this happen? How's his face look like this? Where was the commission to prevent Cotto? And some people said he was shop worn after this. You know what I'm saying? Some people said he was a never same fighter after this. So how did that happen? How did that fight happen? So don't tell me about a commission. Don't tell me about the commission. The commission allowed a lot of stuff to happen in the past. If you look throughout history. Where's the Cotto fight? I need y'all to smash the like button. So Cotto was right there, and then he fought Shane Mosley right after that. You see? In MGM, the Cotto fight happened in MGM, as you guys see on the screen. So where was Las Vegas Commission? Where was the Staples Center, LA Commission, California State Commission in allowing that? Right? So this whole Teddy Atlas, like, oh, but the commission was there. What does that mean? What does that mean? And most of these occurrences, like, shout out to Russ Abner, He's the founder of Rival Gloves. There was Russ Abner, Dillian White gloves. Watch. I'm just showing you what goes on in boxing. Russ Abner, who has his own glove company, Rival, Coach Russ Abner, he protests for White versus Rivas glove swap incident. And you can read about it. I've already talked about it on the channel. So they have a commission over there in the UK. And this is what happens. And in addition, his fighter Rivas had to fight Dillian White, who also failed a drug test, and they hit it. So this is what's happening in the world of boxing. And I just showed you I showed you California State Commission, I showed you UK Commission, and I showed you the commission in Vegas, where these things have slipped under the cracks. So that's a horrible talking point. So I'd like to see an interview from Mark Breland, show your face and do an interview and denounce the claims, not say, oh, thanks for the support and the messages, because guess what? To me, that's coon type of behavior, because at the end of the day, where were all these Mark Breland fans when he was actually training Wilder and their relationship was good? Now, all of a sudden, the racists, they put the sheets down for a second, and now everyone loves Mark Breland because him and Wilder had this riff, and they're no longer speaking. Now everyone's a Mark Breland fan. But the whole time he was in Wilder's corner, they was rooting against Breland and his pupil, Deontay Wilder. But now, since everything went south, now we have all these newfound fair weather Mark Breland fans that are like, oh, this is great. And, we love you, Mark Breland. We know you, everything you're saying is true. Yeah, how convenient. Let me know how I did in this video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.